call the roll or just look around?
We have a quorum?
We do. You were it.
I'm just seeing how late on that pad, 7 minutes.
It says it's live, but it's not showing up.
That's all right. I mean, we really don't need YouTube on these meetings, but
Okay,
If anybody's sitting at home watching this, they're
we're
really
not gonna be
bored.
watching the utilities meeting anyway.
we had 64 views last time.
Randy might be.
64 views.
Randy said he sleeps well when he's
Okay.
watching it.
Do you want to call the roll or?
Yeah, I don't need my sleep
Jody?
medication and I take that.
Say here.
Oh, here. Oh, you're doing a roll call?
Do a roll call. Ron Senna,
Here?
John Cornelius,
Here.
Jesse Reynolds. Absent. Who is it? Adam Sanchez. Absent.
Okay,
I think
could,
Mike's on this also, right?
Mike is your mini.
Well, he's not on here?
No. If you're not here, Mike should be here. But if you're both here, that's okay.
Okay. I thought we had more than just 5, but okay.
I can send you the bylaws again if you want.
No, I'm good with that.
okay, can I get a motion for approval of agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can we get an approval for last meeting's minutes?
I'll make that, motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Okay. So it looks like Jacqueline's not here.
Well, Jacqueline's, you just can't see her. She's hiding.
Oh. There you are.
Should have brought, she here today too?
Thank you.
Isabel? You want to bring her just to introduce her to the group after you? Levi, do you want to go and ask her? That way Jackie can go over her audit.
Hello, everybody. This is a water audit for last year. So as you can see on the first page that I gave you, this is for the adjusted and trailing 12-month average. And as you can see in the black line, everything kind of raised a little bit, and then at the end, it was a little higher. And then for the corrected totals, water supplied, you can see that in June of 16, it was a little higher, and it ended not too high at the end of the year. And if you want to turn to the next page, this is for the Ruidoso NRW. And okay, on this one, you can see that at the beginning of the fiscal year, it was at 700, and then it ended at the end of the fiscal year. It kind of ended a little lower than 700. And the billed authorized consumption, it's the orange line that you see at the bottom, and that one was a little high. It was a little bit above 300, I meant to say. And it kind of stayed steady throughout the year. And on the third page, on this one, for the infrastructure leak, at the beginning, it was between 750,000. And That's all I have for the water audit.
So we, looking at what, 50%, pretty much, as far as non-revenue water?
For the what, I'm sorry?
I was just looking to say the percentage-wise, is probably about 50%.
For the return flow? Right now, we are at 32.5.
32.5?
Yeah, we submitted the INI to the OSC on the 31st. So I guess they were waiting for that report to see if they increase it to 50% or if they leave it at the 35.2.
So Jackie, on the, during the fire, we lost, what was that number, the gallons we lost? What was it, Randy? Do you remember that? It was a lot of water loss from that.
It
So
was a
that's
lot of water.
That's within this report here.
Yes, that's within this report,
Yeah.
yes.
That was a lot, so.
Yeah.
I think about 8 million gallons that we lost, yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to,
Don't go away and hide yet. You want to go ahead and do your.
you want to just introduce
Yeah, so
Isabel? You want to come on up?
she is the new water resource specialist. She took
This
my.
is your training.
Yes. She's a new water resource specialist, and she's been with the village for almost 4
Want to
months.
sit next to there? Just wanted to introduce you, and Counselor Eby.
Hi.
And John here is a former counselor.
Just proves there's no escape.
So,
So this is the water resource department.
do you want to go to your next one, the
Yeah,
updates, and then Randy could do the others?
do you want me to present on the projects? Yeah? Sorry. So, right now I'm working on 2 projects, and it's the Two Rivers Raw Water Intake and Transmission Line, which is known as the Anaconda Line. Okay, and on this one, we are going to bury the line that right now it's sticking out in certain areas. So we will be removing that and then putting a whole new line and replacing it with a new line and burying it. And we're also putting in a new electric panel right next to the bathrooms at Two Rivers Park. And that will be to control the pump, because since it's on the floodway, we're gonna put it underground so that in another flood comes, it won't get damaged like the one that is there right now. So everything will be underground. And in case the guys need to go in there and clean it out, they'll be able to go to the control panel and pull it, bring it up and then clean it and do whatever they need to do. And for this one, right now, it's at the 90% complete. So they've already submitted the the designs, and me and Adam have reviewed the designs and gave them our comments. But right now, we're also waiting on, we're waiting on the other permits, the 401 and 404 permits. So as soon as they get those, they will be submitting the report to NMED for approval. And then once that is done, we'll be able to go out for a bid. And then the 100% package should be submitted by August 8th.
Counselor Eby is, with the original Anaconda line, he knows that pretty well, right, Counselor?
Yes. They got a kind of an idea what they think it's going to cost, because you're saying replacing the line and burying. Before, when they were just talking about just burying what was existing, they were thinking about, $1 million a mile?
I think it's a total of 5 million that we've got.
It's 5 million for the grant that we got, but additional, it's like another 1 or 2, so a total is like 6-7 million.
7. So what's our match, Eddie?
We're matching it, but I can't remember if it's 90-10. I think it's 10%. Yeah.
Yeah.
12-inch ID?
You won't have,
Should have buried it, no way.
Counselor Eby won't have to worry about the size of the pipe and all that, so that was a tough deal for a while.
Yeah. Is it 12-inch ID?
I can't remember what it was.
It's a 12-inch.
They call it a 12, but it's actually, I think, a 10.
Is it a
Yes, but it was, we had a debate over that during the meeting, so.
We had a discussion.
Yes, you had some mad.
No, we had
bidders on
a
that one.
contractor
Wow.
there stand up, say, hey, man, I've been out there and, you know, and your specs here and your bid, you said you called for 12-inch ID. Said, that is not 12-inch ID.
No,
So,
it's 10-inch.
Yeah, it's 10-inch ID, but 12 on the outside.
Yeah.
If you measured on the outside of the corrugations.
I think that's what they did.
Okay.
And then the second project, it's for the the watershed base plan. And there is 6 orders underneath this contract. So the first one is the BMP's measurable milestones. The draft has been completed, and it's being reviewed right now by the engineer. As soon as it's completely reviewed and there is anything that they need to fix, then they will just submit the final draft. Task order number 2 is the replacement bridge hydraulic report, and that one has been completed and it has been submitted also. The third task order, it's the floodway survey, and that one is the one that was completed, which had the floodway, the floodplain maps and all of that was submitted because of the floods and everything that happened. And then task order number 4 is the Upper Rio Ruidoso Bridge Hydraulics Report, which is the one I just told you, but I'm sorry because I have it in 2 different paragraphs, so I have it confused, I'm sorry. And that one has been completed, as I mentioned. And the asset inventory, it's almost complete. They're just pending the schema because they're putting it on ArcGIS. And once that's completed, then they'll be submitting it to us. And Cop Finley is the engineer working on this right now. And then task order number 5 is the floodway impacts completed, impacts property identified. And this is what the map that has been submitted that everybody can see if their property has been, if it's in the floodway or the floodplain. That's what that is. And it's being completed already and submitted. And task order number 6, it's one that just got added to this, and it's for the Perk Canyon H&H analysis. And this one, I've just submitted the task order, and it's already been approved. So we're just pending on the engineer to start on this one.
Have you had much pushback on the new floodplain, floodway maps?
People,
We've had a lot of calls,
yeah, people are kind of,
but they're finding out now with these rains that,
That you were right.
it's not gonna, it's pretty rough.
yeah,
Well, they can still build in the floodplain, they just have to do it right.
Yeah. Gonna have to raise it up and,
We've done them before and they work,
yeah,
not the floodway.
no.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
nice meeting you. All right, Randy.
Randy, I think, got his ears lowered.
Yeah, I lost
Looks
5
pretty,
pounds.
looks pretty short.
Okay. Adam was you last time, so you're going to be Adam this time.
So, all right, good afternoon. So I'll start off with the water tank Phase 1 project. We went out there today, and they're actually moving along pretty good on that project. They have all the rafters installed, 12 support columns. The only one that's lacking is the center column, which will be here tomorrow. They have the floor already installed, but it's tacked, so within the next 2 weeks, they're gonna go in and weld it. So, and it's pretty big inside, so. Their goal is to get half of the roof done probably this week, and then the other half next week. And then after that, they're probably gonna start on the inside, so they're actually making pretty good progress on that one.
If they don't get the roof done, they're gonna fill it up first.
Well, they said that if they have the roof on and everything, it actually gets real hot inside because of all the welding and all the moving, and so they kind of like having the,
Convection oven.
yeah, he said it was pretty hot inside. I'll move on to the river well. We're actually trying to set up a meeting tomorrow morning at 8:30 with Roger Perry and Adam, if he's available, Terry, myself, and Levi. And we're going to go over that one more time, that letter that Heath replied back, so we can try to get this moving. There were some things that we disagreed that he put in the letter, so we want to have one more meeting before we meet with him again. So,
Is that Heath,
yeah, with Katie Huey, his son.
yeah,
It's going to be
we need to get that project done. I mean, that's,
yeah, he's kind of demanding a few things, and that's
what's the
not,
percentage of completion on it right now?
gosh,
I would hesitate to
Yeah,
say it's
because-
25%, to be honest.
Yeah, we
because of the
can't,
well is down so far, and what is it, about
we
400
may just have to
feet?
find another company because we can't keep,
That-
we can't keep removing that chiller every year for, it's costing us a lot to
Yeah.
rent a crane and move it and back and
Plus the
forth.
wear and tear on it, and
Yeah.
don't want to damage it.
So we
Yeah,
need to,
it's-
we
He
may
was
just,
trained by Kenneth, so it's not gonna be easy.
That's his dad, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or a father-in-law, ex-father-in-law.
Yeah. So, I don't know, that one's gonna be it's gonna be something else. You know, the other thing we had talked about is, probably the best thing is if they moved over and re-drilled, but he's not gonna wanna eat the cost on that, because he
What is-
still has his tool, I think.
what's Roger recommending?
He thinks that might be the way to go, is to, you know, because he.
Take another permit and everything else.
Yeah, it's just, it's a little complicated, but I don't know. Heath really doesn't want to start until next spring, and that's unacceptable, so
Yeah.
that's one of the things we're gonna argue, so. But that one's interesting, to say the least. The Alto Dam Alternative Analysis Evaluation and Design Scope, we did receive the Water Trust funding from the Water Trust Board, so there is a match, I think it's 10%. So I'm gonna work with Judy on that, and I'm writing up the task order for that, and then we'll present it to council. And then we'll get that one moving. We actually, Terry and I met with Mark. He came down and met with us, and he's actually a pretty nice guy. I think he's the VP or Vice President of the AECom, so pretty good guy to work with, so. So I told him, and then I've been working with Shashil, he's the dam safety bureau chief. So, because we had another way that we were trying to seek the funding also. And I told him, we're just gonna go with the Water Trust funding. And then he said we might be able to use the other funding when it comes in for something else. So I told him that would be good,
Yeah.
so. But, yeah, we'll try to have this one moving pretty quick. So everybody's pretty much on board. I did send the approval, the letter to Shashil and to Mark to let them know that, you know, we do have the funding source. So they were pretty pleased with that. Moving on to the Source Water Protection Plan, we did receive the draft of the new revised plan. It's got a lot of information. It's under their new format. And so there's some items that Terry and I are going to have to provide information on all the wells and the depths and stuff like that. our goal is to have it done by December, so. That's pretty much all I have. I'll stand for any questions.
Do you know anything about Adams projects?
I know on some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that.
May have to give Jackie, she's housed on that side of the room, although Levi knows on all of them. Get
Thanks,
Levi,
guys.
thank you all. Levi, you want to give some updates on, I think you know most of these? You all know Levi, right? Mm-hmm. John, do you know Levi?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Do now.
Have you met him before?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
So the Upper Canyon Diversion Project is one of Adams. I don't have, do you have a handout?
Do you have the list over here?
Upper Canyon, I don't see it on here, but it's one of his projects now going on. And the contractor, we're just waiting on a few items, like punch list items, to be able to wrap that one up.
And I do think that MP Chavez cleaned it out today.
Yeah, they were working on it.
What are we taking right now, Randy, do you know?
It was 144, and then it went to 0.
We haven't taken any water in over a year, just till recently.
Well, during the flood, it was around 1,200 gallons per minute,
Yeah.
and then it plugs up and then it drops off.
So is it cleaned out now? They've been at it since this morning, right?
Yeah, when I met Levi up there.
760,
Right now?
60.
Oh, wow.
but that's nasty, nasty stuff.
Yeah, it's creating some problems at Plant 4 because of
Okay.
the high NTU, and it's
Wow.
pretty dirty.
All
Is it-
that water short circuits right to the intake of Plant 4.
And we pull it in, and,
Yeah.
I mean, the filters are handling it, but it's gonna be.
Still tough to treat, though.
It's gonna be an elevated cost on the polymer and the chlorine, because it does take more to
Yeah.
treat it, so.
Okay.
With that, would you have to clean the filters more often?
Yeah, and that's what Terry and I were talking about earlier. He's probably gonna run the air scours instead of 24 hours?
Yeah, it's in off pressure, we're gonna start doing
Do
it
it
all
on
the time.
time, maybe twice a day, or if needed, 3 times, but we'll make adjustments and we'll try to make it work.
Okay, Levi?
Okay, and then on the High Loop water line replacement, J&H Services is working on that project, and they completed the first third of the project here in the last month or so. They completed that, and then they went back and they patched, and they completed all their patch work on that, and now they're working on that second third of installing the water line. I don't have an exact footage on how much water line they've actually put in, but they're moving on. And then Starlight Road Repair, the Paradise portion of the project is completed and it's paved, it's open, as y'all know. The Starlight portion, the culverts have been put in and they've been backfilled and everything. That just needs to be paved is the last standing item on that
I
project.
believe
And-
tomorrow, they're gonna close it tomorrow, right?
Yes,
For
sir.
most of the day?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then on the, I don't know any updates on the other projects.
NRCS projects, that's where they were desilting. They're still waiting, NRCS is still waiting on $12 million. Through the county as a sponsor, the states, they've obligated $4 million for the match, 25% match. We just don't know when NRCS is gonna get their funding, so. When they get that, they'll start desilting again and possibly build some ponds that are close to the racetrack to help slow that water down. That's pretty crazy. On the next project is the Rainier's sewer extension. We just, council approved a task order for that. Or are we taking it to council this meeting? I think it was last meeting. But we're gonna be doing that Rainier, that's off close to University in that area where all those, we had some mobile homes that burned. We want to get that all sewer on that part as part of our Water Trust Board project. And then the last one is the High Loop, and that's the current where the water's going in. We want to do the sewer, get them to start, that's been approved, get all the sewer design in that area. So we want to take the Pine Cliff possibly, High Loop as part of an NRCS, a Water Trust Board project here. And,
It's not gonna be a community block grant.
no, we're gonna go through they switched now with the Water Trust Board, they're allowing sewer projects. And that money's just much easier, and you get like, we could possibly, that's gonna be close to, just for those two there, you're looking at 6 and probably, it could be upwards of $10 million there. It'd be 90-10 that we can have to do.
But you probably don't have to do all the surveys of the.
No.
That makes it easier.
Totally different.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else? Well, the next meeting is October 6th, and we are adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
October, man, that's a lot.
Long time. I got a question for you.